Is that you? That was me.
No, gang. For goddamn sakes.
What's us?
Oh, we're being chased by a tornado right now. This is ridiculous.
The storm chaser's vehicle turned onto the highway, and the sky ahead seemed to deform. A dense wall of black swallowed the horizon. Not storm clouds, not fog, but a colossal curtain of dust. In Arabic, there is a word for this phenomenon, a dust monster, born from the outflow boundaries of supercell storms. In an instant, daylight vanished. Winds screamed. Waves of dust slammed against the windshield. Inside the car, the team barely had time to shout, "Shut the windows! Seal it up! My God, it's here!" A false night fell in the middle of day. The convoy drove straight into a parallel world where sky and ground no longer existed apart. Hail clattered on the roof, mingling with the thuds of debris hurled by the storm. Inside the car, the air was heavy, each heartbeat blending with the howling wind. One mistake and the entire team could be swallowed by chaos. But for those who lived to chase storms, this was no time to retreat. It was the beginning of the journey. That towering haboob was not the true target. It was only the opening warning shot of a hellish week, a prelude to the supercells, the massive tornado columns, and the towns torn apart in mere seconds. Yet in that moment, as the sky collapsed into dust, everyone understood. The road ahead offered no way back. When the dust finally drifted eastward, light returned in faint fragments. The team exhaled in relief, until they saw what lay beyond. Trees snapped like matchsticks, rooftops peeled away, power poles leaning dangerously. And this was only day one. One voice whispered like a prophecy, "We've just walked through the gates of hell, and behind them are wind-borne monsters we'll never forget." The Colorado pursuit. After surviving the haboob, the team pushed toward Colorado. On radar, a young supercell was forming, slowly curling northeast from Bennett toward Yuma. Every sign screamed promise. A giant was being born. Inside the vehicle, the air pulsed with tension. Eyes were glued to glowing radar screens streaked in red and purple. Hearts beat in rhythm with the tightening rotation. Everyone knew this could be the historic moment, the first tornado of the chase. The sky darkened. Bands of clouds rolled upward, lightning splitting the horizon. The air pressed heavy, suffocating as if an invisible hand weighed down the land. Heat, moisture, rotation, all the ingredients had aligned. All that was left was for nature to flip the switch. "It's tightening! Hold position!" someone shouted, their voice trembling with excitement. The vehicles pulled to the roadside. Cameras rolled, tripods locked, lenses whirring. Hail began to patter, winds roared around them. Overhead, the storm sculpted itself into a textbook supercell, a massive gateway to the abyss. And then, collapse. The swirling wall unraveled. Rotation bled away. What promised to become a beast dissolved into nothingness. Winds eased, lightning faded, rain stilled. On the radar, the once perfect structure disintegrated into chaos. Inside the cars, exhilaration sank into heavy silence. One voice spat bitterly, "We waited all day, and it vanished like it never existed." This was the cruel truth of storm chasing. Sometimes you drive hundreds of miles only to find emptiness in the sky. And for them, this failure only deepened their hunger to witness a true tornado. That night, they stopped in Lincoln, Nebraska. Tomorrow loomed larger. Iowa was primed with every ingredient for a nightmare. Violent supercells, 50 miles per hour storm speeds, and the threat of EF3 tornadoes or stronger. Before sleep, the team felt like gamblers beaten at the table, yet still holding on to hope that tomorrow would bring the jackpot. What they didn't know was that Iowa would not only quench their thirst for storms, it would carve an experience into their memories for life. The Iowa Reckoning morning in Lincoln brought restless eyes and churning forecasts. Radar, models, data, all screamed the same warning. Iowa would be the stage for violent tornadoes today. Pressure plummeted, the air grew suffocating. Overhead, silver-grey clouds drifted aimlessly, as though waiting for the signal to erupt. For veteran chasers, the signs were unmistakable. Disaster was coming. On the road into Iowa, the team stopped briefly in Minden, a town ravaged by an EF3 just a month earlier. The scars were everywhere, trees sheared to stumps, brick walls collapsed, rooftops gone, with only foundations left behind. A few homes had been hastily rebuilt, but the land and its people still bled. The residents wore exhaustion in their eyes. An elderly woman sweeping rubble from her splintered porch looked up, forcing a thin smile at the storm chasers. Another storm, isn't there? No one answered. They didn't need to. The radar had already spoken. Iowa would not just see storms, it would see a nightmare. Radar's death cry. By 2:30 p.m. the signals went wild. A massive supercell in southwest Iowa tightened with surgical precision. Its structure was perfect, its spin violent. In minutes, it would give birth to a tornado. "We need to get closer. It's about to spawn a monster," one voice cracked with urgency. Engines roared. The convoy sped across endless cornfields, the sky ahead collapsing into a wall of black clouds twisting with savage intent. Lightning tore jagged scars through the violet gloom. As they neared, the storm revealed its terrifying architecture, a kingdom of clouds birthing a giant. The base lowered, spiraling. The air vibrated like 1,000 jet engines. A storm chaser gasped. "There it is, a massive tornado forming right in front of us." The beast descends. In the distance, a colossal shadow reached down from the cloud base. Slowly, deliberately, it touched the earth, connecting sky and ground in a single rotating column. Tornado! Huge tornado on the ground! The moment of destiny had come. Iowa was about to face a skyborn monster, and the storm chasers were driving straight into its heart.